Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, have you heard? The Latinos are boycotting Coca Cola. They accuse Coca Cola of betrayal and they have launched a big boycott campaign on social media.
Did y'all hear about what was happening with Coca Cola? So, if you didn't know, the Latino community is completely boycotting Coca Cola, which is crazy to me because Mexicans love Coca Cola. They are some of the most loyal customers to Coca Cola. But according to Coca Cola immigrant workers, Coca Cola called ICE on its own employees. So, according to the immigrant workers, they were working their shifts. And guess who strolled into work to come pick them all up? Yeah, Border Patrol. And now I am seeing videos everywhere where there are literally shelves filled with Coca Cola because no one's buying it. I didn't even fucking know they were boycotting Coca Cola. I can rest assured that Coca Cola is going to take a good beating from them because they are one of their most loyal customer base. That's for sure.
First of all, Coca Cola has been around longer than Mexicans have been illegally crossing the border at will. And certainly, if all of the Mexicans and all of the Latinos stopped drinking Coca Cola, then Coca Cola would feel that at the bottom line. But the real bottom line is everybody's not going to stop drinking it. All the Mexicans are not going to stop drinking Coca Cola because of a rumor, because Coca Cola says this is not true. They didn't do that. What it sounds like happened is that just like American companies do all the time, they lay off a bunch of people. And they have the belief that they shouldn't be deported, even if they're here illegally. They think they ought to be left alone, that all the other people should be deported, the ones who broke the law. But they didn't break the law, even though they came up in here illegally. So this is what I was able to find out. In an unexpected twist, the Latino community in the United States has launched a boycott campaign against Coca Cola, accusing the beverage giant of betrayal. The reason? Alleged support for anti immigrant policies as rumors circulate that the company fired Latino employees from its factories in the United States and even reported them for detention and deportation. They are mad because they got fired, and Donald Trump is probably putting pressure on some of these companies to turn up these illegals. So we don't really know how much of this is hyperbole on the part of the Latinos, because when I looked for confirmation that Coca Cola had really done this, what I found was there is zero solid evidence to back up the viral rumor that Coca Cola fired thousands of Latino employees, reported them to ICE, and had them deported in 2025. So there is no real evidence to confirm this happened. It sounds like a rumor that the Latinos got started because they are not getting the support that they wanted to get for being deported. They want the Americans to take to the streets and protest and, call for the head of Donald Trump, and people are not doing that. It's entirely possible that a reputable company like Coca Cola would allow its employees to report for work, and then once they got there, call them to a meeting, and ICE shows up and deports everybody. It's possible that this happened, but highly unlikely, in my opinion. This could be them trying to get sympathy because they have not been getting sympathy from the American people like they thought they were going to get. They're all upset because people are not in the streets demanding that ICE leaves them alone and that Donald Trump pulls back from his policies. So this could easily be something that they're making up to try to get sympathy from the American people. They've done a very good job of getting the word out because it's trending on social media. But for me, as a Black American, it doesn't move me because there have been times when we have staged boycotts over things like the killing of an innocent black person or blatant discrimination in employment or education or other areas. And I don't know that we've gotten any support from the Latino community when we've had something tragic happen to us. These people came here illegally, and this is what happens when you come illegally. These people have been in this country illegally for years, and they were warned. Some places I see people saying they're not going to drink any Coca Cola, and Coca Cola is going to go broke because the Latinos or the Mexicans are not drinking Coca Cola. So we shall see. I'm waiting for the apology and I'm waiting for the explanation. If Coca Cola actually did this, there should be an explanation, a denial, or a confirmation that yes, we did this because we've been hiring illegals and we've decided this time has come for us to stop. Now, people who are serious about illegal immigration have been saying all the time the way to deal with illegal immigration is to deal with the people who are hiring them. Because you take away the jobs, then you take away the incentive for them to come here illegally. So anyway, y'all, that's what's being reported now. The Latinos are mad at Coca-Cola because they say Coca-Cola set them up and called ICE on them. They do not want to take responsibility for the fact that they entered this country illegally and that they have set up shop here and have been living here illegally, some of them for 10, 15, 20 years. So they came here illegally and they don't want to accept responsibility for that. The Indians are being taken back. The Indians and Venezuelans and Jamaicans and Nigerians and so many other groups of people are being put on those planes in handcuffs and leg chains and taken back to their countries, and they know they came here illegally, so you don't get all of this pushback. But when it comes to these Latinos, they seem to think that deporting them is wrong. There's something wrong with it. And that is why I don't completely believe this story. Something may have happened. They may have actually laid some of them off or fired some of them. They may have done that. But calling them in for a meeting and then alerting ICE to the fact that they're working there illegally. I don't believe that. The fact of the matter is, ICE probably already knew anyway, so Coca Cola didn't have to call them. But we'll see. We'll see how this all shakes out. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Do you believe Coca Cola did this? Not that I'm saying Coca Cola would be beyond it. I don't think they would be. I'm just saying there's no reason for them to do it because they already know where the illegals are. So Coca-Cola wouldn't have to necessarily call ICE on them. ICE could just show up. So anyway, I don't know how much of this is true and how much of it is hyperbole or how much of it is just okay, we're going to make up something so people will feel sorry for us and we can be justified in calling attention to this and boycotting Coca-Cola in the process. Okay. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a good evening.